Facebook, Twitter, Google, all testifying today on social media's role in spreading misinformation and extremism. It's the first time the CEOs have talked to Congress since the Capitol riots on January 6th. NBC News national political reporter Sahil Kapoor joins me now. Sahil, Democrats focusing on social media's role in those riots. How did Zuckerberg, Dorsey, and Pichai defend themselves?
Those tech executives, Allison, getting grilled from Democrats and Republicans, interestingly, for different things. Democrats were focusing on their role in potentially elevating extremism and disinformation, while Republicans, including the House Minority Whip Steve Scalise, grilling them over them ostensibly trying to shut out conservative viewpoints and, in Scalise's view, censoring conservative articles in places like Twitter. We heard the executives basically get a little philosophical, talk about how they're doing their best to try to grapple with these things as well, and they don't really have clear answers. Let's listen to what Jack Dorsey of Twitter had to say about that.
We are a bunch of humans with a desire to make the world around us better for everyone living today and those that come after us. We make mistakes in prioritization and in execution. We commit to being open about these and doing our best to remedy what we control. We appreciate the enormous privilege we have in building technologies to host some of the world's most important conversations. And we honor the desire to create better outcomes for everyone who interacts with them.
And that gives you a flavor of it, Allison, that essentially saying we're doing our best, we're trying, it's difficult. And in some cases, they said, Congress, please lend us a helping hand. We're happy for you to do more to oversee us even in order to make this happen. The problem is Congress lacks agreement on which way to go here. A lot of members of Congress are older and not very familiar with the complexities of the internet. And that's kind of colored the inaction we've seen over many years around this issue.
Sahil, Mark Zuckerberg wants to change Section 230. It's a law that gives some protections to social media companies. Here's what he told Congress.
I don't think that private companies should make so many decisions like this alone. We need an accountable process, which is why we created an independent oversight board that can overrule our decisions. And we need democratically agreed rules for the internet. The reality is our country is deeply divided right now, and that isn't something that tech companies alone can fix. And we all have a part to play in helping to turn things around, and I think that starts with taking a hard look at how we got here.
Sahil, Republicans have wanted to get rid of Section 230 for some time now, and many Democrats even dislike the law. Do you think they might come together and get on board with Zuckerberg here?
Yeah, it's interesting. Zuckerberg almost saying, please, Congress, save us from having to make these difficult decisions, because Zuckerberg, like other tech executives, is realizing that in this heavily polarized political culture, you're never going to be able to please all sides no matter what you do, which is why we saw Zuckerberg essentially endorsing the idea of Congress creating a regulatory body to oversee them. With regard to Section 230, there is bipartisan consensus for the most part on the general sense that Section 230 should be reformed. They come at it from different reasons, the two parties do, and they don't really have agreement on how to do it. I did speak recently to David Cicilline, he's a key Democrat who oversees these companies, and he talked about basically changing Section 230 to impose accountability on social media companies if they go out of their way to elevate posts that are disinformation or that kind of boost extremism, things like the Facebook newsfeed. That's not just organic content that a user posted. That's essentially an organizational decision to put that out there into more people's newsfeed. So there's a lot of agreement among Democrats, at least, to go down that road in imposing accountability. Allison?
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.